I'm Onnie Michalsky. I am a clinical therapist and a wellness coach, and I guide women. I help them to overcome the mental, emotional, and physical barriers that are preventing them from becoming the healthiest version of themselves. Today, we're talking about social support and how important it is to have support when you are on a journey of health. Or if you are working towards any goals whatsoever, it's super important to gather your support, to have your support system in place before you make any big changes to behavior. The reason I think this is so important, I have yet to talk to people. I consider myself a very independent person. I love doing things on my own. I work hard. In fact, I just did an Enneagram assessment, and turns out I am type 3 on the Enneagram, which is a personality assessment or a personality, not test, but kind of like a rubrics on how to kind of categorizes you according to personalities. Type 3 is the achiever, so I love working hard and making progress towards goals. And I'm really big on making goals, but I feel that having a social support or having a social system in place can catapult you to those goals. It's invaluable. So through my life, when I was preparing to do this Facebook Live today, I started thinking back on all of the groups that I was a part of and groups that specifically helped me make goals. And some of the ones that popped out was back 16 years ago, I actually was a smoker. And I hate admitting that because now I think it's so gross and, can't stand the smell of it and all that. But I, grew up in my 20s, I was a smoker. Not even my whole 20s, but since I was 16. And when I decided to quit, and when it was successful and I quit for good, it was because I was a member of a smoking cessation class. I became part of a group. Before that, I had tried quitting multiple times and had no success, or limited success, but I definitely wasn't able to quit on the long term until I became part of a group. And that was when I really started learning the value of a group and how having that support system in place really kept me, motivated and held me accountable. And all of the benefits that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes, it really, provided all of that, where I would not have been able to get that from an individual, if I saw like just somebody, a counselor to help me quit smoking, or if I had tried just to quit smoking by myself. Having that group in place finally helped me kick the habit and become a official non-smoker. So that's just one example. When I had the most success with losing weight, I was part of Weight Watchers. I was part of TOPS, which is like a national organization. Actually, I think it's international. It's Taking Off Pounds Sensibly, and it is a group aimed at providing support for weight loss. I was part of Weight Watchers. There was even a time where I formed a group with my friends, and we called ourselves a Chub Club. And having that support and weekly meetings really provided the framework that I needed to be successful. When I wanted to meet people, when I moved to a new town and I struggled making connections, joining groups was key for me. I joined, the Friends of the Pool in my town, and, as some of you know, I became the leader of the Friends of the Pool. But between that and becoming, part of Chamber of Commerce, I really branched out and made some connections. And so not having those groups in place would have really stalled my progress in being able to meet people. And now I have the Journey to Health, which is my Facebook group. We've kind of ventured, I've branched out and did a bit of online groups, and they're all about, and when I wanted to make exercise fun, I always was one to go to fitness classes. occasionally I would go and use like the treadmill, or I would go, use the machines at a gym. But I really thrived when I was part of that group, the groups, as far as like I went to fitness classes, to dance classes. I participated and became an instructor for Zumba and for cardio dance classes and kickboxing, and I really find groups very valuable. And so for my own progress and my own journey, I really thrived when I was part of a group. And as independent and, success driven I am, I still find that having that support really pushes me forward to become the best version of myself. So that's just a little bit of background information. But support, having that social system or that social support, it really provides that guidance in making changes when you're trying to make behavioral changes or you have goals that you want to achieve. When you have that social system in place, that social support, it really it provides that bridge to be able to really propel you forward on your journey. So some of the benefits, I came up with like 4 when I was thinking back on my own participation in groups, my own involvement in groups, and from what I've read, I've narrowed it down to 4 huge benefits that being a part of a group entails. The first one is the obvious of accountability. When you are on a journey, whether that be a weight loss journey or a journey to, a career journey, whatever type of journey you are on, having that accountability that a group provides will allow you to, you need to be able to report. You need to be able to, so you're going to be dissuaded from actually, going backwards. And because just from the mentality that that you have to report, that you're going to have to share with your group or the rest of the people in your system, even if that's just an accountability partner, even if that is just one person that is supporting you, knowing that you will need to report to them is a whole lot different than knowing that you just have to report to yourself. Say many of us here in this group are on a weight loss journey. And so if you have that accountability just to yourself, that's your own guilt that you're living with if you don't write down that you ate the Reese cup. But knowing that you have to share that with the other people in your group, you might think twice about having to eat that eating that Reese cup. So just having that additive accountability of having to report to a group, I say having to report, but that you choose to report, or not even report, you choose to share with a group, is going to prevent you from doing behaviors or taking action that takes you away from your goal. And it's going to encourage you to take action that moves you closer to the goal. So accountability is the first benefit. The second benefit is motivation. Now, when you are going off track, there's nothing like having the feedback from other members of your support system bring you back. Cheer you on when you're doing great. Give you that congratulations, that good job, keep going mentality, like feedback. Or if you do happen to wander off track, that group can come to you and say, what's going on? How can we help you? How can we keep you going towards your goal? And that's going to be motivation to keep moving towards your goal, which is why I say groups and having that social support in place will really propel you forward towards your goals. So the third benefit is it gives you confidence. Being part of that group and having that feedback and having the other people in your support, having your support people say, you've got this, you can do this. It's going to boost your own confidence. So when those thinking errors start happening and you start having those self-doubts, you'll know, you'll think in your mind, hey, these people think I can do it. These people, I've been honest with them. They know I can do it. Why am I having these self-doubts? you know, they help to provide a different perspective. And in the meantime, we'll be giving you confidence, we'll be making you feel more in control of your situation by offering that added dimension. And fourth and final benefit, and actually I say final, but it's really, there's lots more benefits of a social support system. This is just the four that I'd like to highlight today, and I think are four of the biggest benefits. But this is fun. I know when I was part of all of my groups, and while quitting smoking, losing weight, they're far from fun, especially when you're going through the agony of doing it. Far from fun. But being able to kick back and, kind of laugh and enjoy the journey is really key. You're not going to do things if you don't enjoy or you don't have that end big picture in mind. So having other people along with you on whatever journey it is that you're on is going to add some fun and enjoyment to the journey. And I really think that you have accountability, motivation, and increased feelings of confidence. But the biggest one is the fun, because life is short, let's face it. You want to be able to enjoy the journey and have fun. So social support definitely provides that. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have some groups that I am offering. One is a women's empowerment therapy group. It's a therapy process group, and this is starting. I will put the links up in the description of this post, and I encourage you to take a look at it. See if it's something that you'd be interested in. Now, my therapy group is solely for women who are in Montana. But I also offer, for those of you who are on a weight loss journey, I'm offering a coaching for weight loss group. This is an online group, and it's for women anywhere. You don't have to live in Montana to be in my coaching group. But this is going to provide that accountability, that motivation, the fun, and you're going to gain an increase in, you're going to gain confidence and feel more in control and be able to manage your weight by being part of this group. So all of my groups, therapy, coaching, and otherwise, all provide these benefits that I talked about today. So I encourage you to take a look at them, get on the waiting list so that you'll be the first to know when enrollment opens. And I've got a short screening that I need to do just to make sure that the group is a good fit for you. So go ahead, I invite you to take a look at that. And I come on every Friday to do a Facebook Live. If you're a member of my group, I offer exclusive Facebook Lives for the members of my group, but I also come on my business page and I play some of them on there as well. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week.